Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. What is going on today? We had such a strange day. This morning, it looked like Wall Street was not actually selling. It looked like today was actually going to be a good day. Bitcoin rallied up to about 88,000, and then it started coming down. Look at where we are. 84.8. And that's recovering from a low of 82.1. We are just sliding down further and further and further. Um, and it's looking not so good. But it's not all gloom and doom, okay? That's not what this video is about. But I will try to explain why this happened, okay? And why it's not all doom and gloom, why the light is at the end of the tunnel, and why there are actually some good things that actually happened today. So what caused Bitcoin to all of a sudden turn around, and overall, what caused the U.S. markets to turn around and go down? It's because of this. Okay. Tariffs. I've been talking about this for quite some time, and I think most of you guys know this. So, a lot of you guys, more than half of you guys, are not in the US. I realize that, but it's irrelevant because there's trade everywhere. Okay, now even if you're in EU, you're in the European Union, you're going to be affected, right? So Trump now says he's going to put 25% tariffs on EU. And this obviously affects many countries. He has tariffs on aluminum and steel. Soon Canada and Mexico goods. Now soon on EU goods. Okay, so this is what everyone is afraid of. Okay. Obviously, Trump is doing this because he feels like there's a trade imbalance. He wants to balance things up. He feels like America's being taken advantage of, and he's trying to do his things to collect more tax dollars and so forth. But obviously, there are repercussions short term. There's a lot of market volatility. Traders, Wall Street, people don't know. People don't know how other countries will react. Will they retaliate and have reciprocal tariffs, right? And short term, is this going to affect inflation? Probably, because not every company out there can build a manufacturing plant in the US right away and start hiring workers right away. So this is what caused everything to go downwards, right? Even Kramer is saying tariff uncertainty is way on the market. Well, no duh. This is obviously the biggest thing that is worrying markets right now. Okay. Um, and this will be ongoing for quite some time. Tariff stuff, I mean, it just seems like every single week there is something new about tariffs. So that's what's happening, right? And obviously, when Wall Street gets panicked, they sell off. They're treating Bitcoin as a risk on asset, which I've been saying is very stupid. Uh, they should not be doing that. Bitcoin is not a tech stock. And by the way, speaking of tech stock, Nvidia reported earnings and pretty strong earnings. Pretty strong earnings. Sales grew 78% based on AI demand. However, even after their good quarterly, they still went down in the aftermarket. That kind of shows you right now Wall Street is just scared. They're not really looking to load up on risk on assets. Not even with its spectacular quarter. Okay. And because you have 150 million, not themselves. Well, they did because of the ETFs. Not only them, but ARC, Grayscale, Fidelity, they all did because massive amount of people and institutions and funds and traders, they all got scared today again due to the tariffs, and they're selling off. And when they sell off ETFs, those funds have to sell off Bitcoin. That's exactly what's happening. That's why you see it. So with ETFs, you got to take the bad with the good. We still have, we didn't lose all of our gains. Obviously, there's still a ton of Bitcoin in the ETFs, but when Wall Street gets panicky, this is what happens, right? So that's what happened. That's what happened. But like I said, it's not all doom and gloom. Even though Bitcoin did fall lower right now, as you can see, coming back up 85, right? Maybe coming back up. The good news is right now, as I'm filming this, Asia has woken up. So Asia may be buying. Last night, that's exactly what Asia did. Rather than sell off, Asia actually took the opportunity to buy and load up on Bitcoin. So that's number one. It's looking good right now, even though it's early, just like this morning with the US. Wall Street was buying until they weren't. Um, so that's good news. But also, the other good news is a lot of the alts stayed very, very strong. Despite Bitcoin falling down to 82,000, a lot of the alts simply did not go down anymore. In fact, they actually got stronger. Notice the example, like Algorand. Algorand didn't go down at all. In fact, it actually climbed today. Today is actually a recovery day, right? You could see it didn't go down to a new low, even though Bitcoin went lower. It actually just kept recovering upwards. Same thing with Sui. Sui didn't go down to a new low like it did, a day ago. It actually held pretty good. Not as good as Sui. I mean, Algo. The same way. Right? It did go a little bit lower, but it didn't form a new low. The same with Solana. Solana, as you can see here, coming back up a little bit, still weak. But my point is, a lot of the alts didn't form a new low just because you can obviously see Bitcoin took a big dip since yesterday, yet a lot of the alts continue to hold their ground. So to me, this is very positive. To me, this shows investors are not panicking anymore. Those that panicked already did and sold. And there are a lot of people that are still loading up, holding and loading up at this point. That's very encouraging. But it's obvious right now the sell pressure is coming from Wall Street. Wall Street is on an onslaught right now, just getting rid of all the risk on assets they need because they are very, very scared. And it's just one of those bad times. But again, there are still so many things happening. There are a lot of great things. For example, the SEC is dropping things left and right. Look at this. They dropped their case against Tron. I'm surprised by that. They dropped their case against Gemini. They dropped the case against Uniswap, against Coinbase, against Robinhood. In a normal environment, all these cases being dropped would cause a tremendous pump because it shows that the SEC is turning corner and becoming more pro and not just attacking everyone left and right. So this is very positive. Also, what's positive is Michael Saylor is still doing his thing. He responded to Jeff Bezos. Bezos did a whole post about changing the Washington Post and but Mike Saylor is like, hey, if you want to promote personal liberties and free markets, the best way is to talk about Bitcoin and more importantly, load up. So Michael Saylor is using his presence to basically get everyone involved, right? And despite the fact that we have Wall Street and ETFs selling off, right? There are still a lot of people that believe, a lot of people that continue to hold, continue to buy. There are certainly a lot of whales that are still buying OTC market. Okay. So it is not over. It's not over by any means. It's just right now we're in that scary moment. But again, we have seen this before. We have seen this before. It's not like we haven't seen this before. We saw this last year plenty of times. when we were in our 50s, 40s, 60s. Okay, we have seen this before. So stay strong, my friends. That's exactly what's happening right now. More scariness due to the tariffs. Okay, I don't know when it's going to end. I don't know how this is going to end. On top of the tariffs, we have a lot of economic uncertainty. Right on Friday, we will get another PCE report, inflation report. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, the market is definitely scared. But Bitcoin will find its footing. We will find a bottom at a point where, hey, even Wall Street can't bring it down anymore. And that's when we start recovering. And I think the alts are starting to do that already, which is very promising. And I think Bitcoin, it's going to do that. We just don't know when yet. But it's going to happen, and we will continue forward. So stay strong, my friends. That's it for tonight. I'll keep it nice and simple. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Have a good one. Bye bye.